Hello FlossTube, welcome to my channel Stitching is Elementary. I am Carolee and this is FlossTube episode number 7, I believe, and it is Halloween, so happy Halloween everybody. This is my second take. Apparently on my first take my camera was getting full and it didn't work right, so there was no video when we got done. So hopefully this one will work out better. Alright, so it's been about 3 weeks since my last video, possibly going on 4, so sorry about that. I am back at school, as I've said before, so things have gotten really crazy at school and I was super busy and staying at work really late and tired. So you know, I'm trying to teach virtual. I have a mixed class, so I have a few kids on virtual who are logged in on Zoom with me all day long on this big screen I have, and then I have some kids, then I have the kids that have come to school and we're all in masks. So I'm having to teach to both, and it is exhausting trying to figure out how to make it work. I didn't really realize like a lot of the things that would be so difficult. Like normally when I teach to the whole group, I'm at easel, we make anchor charts to learn concepts and that. Well, the kids online can't see that well enough, so really I have to make everything I would normally do on a chart on PowerPoint so that I can have it on the screen and they can both see it, and so it's just a whole lot of different stuff that I'm not used to. So my stitching time has been unfortunately minimized a lot. I wish I could retire. I love my job, but it is a lot of work. So anyway, but I did get some done, so I had one finished, so we'll get started with that. This is the Lori Holt stitch cards. Here's the pattern. I'm in the Lori Holt Stitch Card Club through Fat Quarter Shop. And I want to do, so this is, you know, for their Stitchtober, she had designed this. And I do really want to do that, but obviously, like I said, I just haven't had time. So I'll probably plan that for next year. But I did want to say, if you don't follow Starry Night Studio, she's a lovely account to follow. I think she's a finisher, but she did this in different colors. She did it in much more muted colors and like grays and blacks and a deep orange, and I really love it. So I may copy hers and do it kind of like that for next year. But anyway, that's really cute. So that's where this came from. And I used the floss, called for flosses, but I did it on Lori Holt 10 count. I think this is oatmeal, Ada. So I'm going to make a little pillow out of it for a dough bowl. So I think I have a bunch more, so I think I might do some more and make pillows out of that. And then the other one will be a stitch piece, a wall hanging. So that's my only finish. And I know I said in my last video I was going to do a new fall start for Stitchtober every Tuesday and Thursday. It didn't happen. Too busy. And also the Fright Night piece just takes a long time. It takes me a long time at least. So I'm doing it on 28 count flapper from Picture This Plus, my Fright Night. And so pretty much all my free time I've been working on that. I've started a couple other things which you'll see, but most of my time has been trying to get caught up on this, and as you can see, I am not caught up. So all the pieces are out now. I think there's 5 parts. So the top of the haunted house was part 3. Yeah, part 3. And so I've got all the black at the top done, and I've started, hold on, fold this over. I've started, this roof right here is part 4, and then the whole bottom of the house is part 4. So I did all the black. There's white outlining to be filled in, and orange, like a light orange to be filled in, like as lights of the haunted house on part 3. And then once I get all the black done on part 4, I'll fill that in there. And then also there's like a ghost here, and then there's another whole part that's going to go part 5 over here. So today is Halloween, and so I'm just going to keep stitching on this today, and then when today is over I will put it away until sometime in the year when I feel like finishing it up. So that's kind of my plan with that. But it's really cute. I love it, and I love it on this purple. I love purple as part of Halloween. So anyway, that's where we are with that. Also, I have my giveaway. And I apologize to the person that won that's not going to get it in time to do it for Halloween, but I'm going to throw in a little extra something along with it. So this was the giveaway from last time. Go Susan Gourd's banner, and you were supposed to leave a comment with the word banner in it. And so I picked a winner, so we will do that at the end. And like I said, I will throw in an extra little goodie with that since I didn't do it in time for Halloween. Okay, so there's that. So back to Fright Night. I ordered the thread pack, and it had Weeks Dye Works Kohl, Weeks Dye Works Whitewash for the whites, and then it had 3 different oranges, which are really pretty: Carrot, Clockwork, and Pumpkin. So those were all the flosses for Fright Night. So that you will see done sometime before next year. Okay, so then I did make one new start before things got super crazy. I started Let's Talk Autumn by Hands On Design. Here it is. And it is I really like the pattern. I like all 3. Eventually I'd like to make all 3, but I started the big one. I only got a really little start. I am doing it on 32 count charcoal Swagart. Yeah, fabric. And I think she has come out, she made a sneak peek on Instagram the other day of a Christmas one, and I think it has the lyrics from My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music in it. It looks really cute, so I'm excited to see it. So I'll definitely want to do that one as well. So let's talk autumn. So here's my very small start, just the beginning of harvest. Love my little Holly Hobby needle minder. I don't know if any of you, when you were younger, if you're about my age, were into Holly Hobby. I loved it. I had a Holly Hobby rag doll. Yeah, and so I just thought she was really cute. Got her off of Etsy somewhere. So that's my small start for that. So I think I will keep working on that through November, along with the Christmas stuff I've started. Just see what I can get done. And these are the flosses for that. So these, I believe, are mostly the call for. They're all DMC, so it's 38.65. DMC 38.16. I love that aqua color. 166. 720. 722. 38.20 and 7. All right, so that is that. And I think in my first video I told this. I'll try to tell it really quick. I think that's why I ran out of time though. When I was little, I asked for a Holly Hobby rag doll they had, and that's why I love this. It reminds me of this. And my mom decided that year that she was going to put all the presents wrapped under the tree like days ahead of time, which seems, I don't know, just torturous for the kids sitting there looking at it, wondering what's in those boxes. So anyway, I wondered if one of them was my Holly Hobby. I was hoping it was. And so it was in the living room, not in the family room where everybody usually was at night. So I would go in there and I would sneak just little bits of wrapping paper off of the box, trying to see if it was her. And so finally one night I got to the point where I could tell what it was, and it was her. So I was super excited. So then I taped all the little pieces back on. So I'm curious if she ever knew that. I'm sure she did, because it was obvious. But yep, so Holly Hobby. I still have my doll, that doll, up here on my shelf here. She's pretty ragged now, but okay. So that was my only other fall, well, kind of real fall start. I also started, okay, so this one I saw tons of people have started it, and I wasn't going to do it. The first couple of floss tubers I saw, I was like, no, I don't need to do that. But then, of course, the more I saw, the more I was like, yeah, I really do need to do that. So, Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. I believe Lori Holt and Christy at Crosstouch Quilts started it first, and I think they have a hashtag for it. And then Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts started it, and they all have a lot done. And lots of other people, I think. Brendan the Serial Starter did it, and I'm sure bunches of people. But anyway, I think it's really pretty. I love the big blue house. I used some of the called for colors, and then I just pulled from my stash what I didn't have. So, very little start. I started it on my new favorite fabric. It's Marbled Bunny. I got it from Kitten Stitcher by XG Designs, I believe. It's this creamy, vintagey linen. I really like it. So here is my start. I got just the outline of the border, which is fun to do. I really like this border. And then the bottom of the house. The house is like 3 different blues. So I had a huge piece of fabric. I don't know why I thought this was going to be bigger, so it's really not that big. But yeah, so I'm going to get back to that. And I'll show you the flosses I chose. So like I said, I pulled from my stash for a lot. I get the Victorian Motto Floss of the Month Club. I have 2 of them. I get the vintage and the regular one. So I have a lot of hers, so I try to sub those in when I can. So for the 3 blues, I did this. It's called Zombie Potion by Victorian Motto, and it's like a kind of muted blueberry color. And then Michael's Navy, Weeks Dye Works, and Classic Colorworks Old Blue Jeans. So those are my 3 blues. And then, let me see, some of them I had that they called for, so I used those. So old purple paint I had, that was called for. The next 2 are for the bowl, and she did it in parchment, which is like a creamy color, and then outlined it in a yellowy gold kind of color, it looked like. So I'm going to do it in silver. So I have a lot of old silver in my dining room, kind of, so I'm going to do it in glass slipper for the bowl part, and then I was going to outline it in galvanized. So that's the plan, we'll see. I subbed in Farmhouse Orchard from Victorian Motto. Mulberry was called for. And then for the roof, I subbed in Victorian Motto Sugar House and Old Homestead. So those will be the 2 roof colors. They look pretty nice. And then for the burnt orange, I subbed in Victorian Motto Dusky Tangerine. Wood Rose was called for. And Pumpkin Pie. There's a lot of flosses in this one, because all that fruit in the bowl, I think. Brandy. Classic Colorworks Yale Gold. Heirloom Gold. Toffee. And then this one, I'm using Curry instead of Grecian Gold. I didn't have Grecian Gold. So that's the plan. Like I said, when I get to these parts, if it doesn't look right, I'll pick something else. Corn Husk was called for. And was called for. And then I didn't have Whispering Pines, I think it was. Piney Woods, no, Piney Woods. So I'm using Ride Through the Hollow, Victorian Motto. And look, I love this green. Look real close. It's like really variegated. So I think that'll look cool. I really like variegation. So those are all the flosses for that. I'm going to do it on the Marble Buddy. So that's how it looks. So I think that'll be pretty. So that is Feast of Friendship. I did have a hard time finding this. I finally found it on a site I've never ordered from before. I think it was Love Crafts or something. And it came really quick, so I was happy about that. Okay, and then I have one more start. I started some Christmas. I always do this like a week before Halloween. I get in the mood for Christmas. I think because I start Halloween at the beginning of September, so by the end I'm like ready for Christmas. So I've had all the Jingles patterns. I have all the Tingles and all the Jingles by Lizzie Kate. So I started that one. Deck the Halls, and here's what it'll look like all finished. So I had got, for the Jingles I got a huge piece of ale, one in sparkle, one in regular, and I thought, well, the regular ale I'll do the Tingles on, and the sparkle for Christmas I'll do the Jingles on. Well, when I got it, I didn't really love it. For Christmas, I didn't know, and so I think I had said in my first video I might change it. Well, then I pulled it out recently, and now I love it, so it just takes me a while to wait. So it is ale, 28 count, I believe, and it's got, you can see kind of the iridescent, it's got a sparkle in it. So I'm almost done with Deck the Halls. I changed some of the colors in here. The house particularly, well actually I changed the house, the red. I think the snow and the blue is the only one is the called for. But they're similar colors. So this one's almost done. And then I'm going to start, the very next one is the Ho 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 Holiday with the little reindeer, little Rudolph there. So that's what goes, look at that right next to it. So that's next. Let me show you the flosses. I'm going to tell you what I changed. So it called for Capri, which is Weeks Dye Works. I just have it on a different floss card or floss drop, and it's this blue, so that is called for. Grits is the snow, and that is called for. It's Weeks Dye Works Grits. And then it calls for mascara or DMC 310, so I'm using DMC 310. And then for the red, it calls for Louisiana Hot Sauce, Weeks Dye Works. I subbed out Love Me Red by Victoria Motto. And then for the roof of the house, it calls for Molasses. I didn't have that, so I subbed in Bittersweet by Victoria Motto. And then it did call for Pecan, and that is just for the little bird's legs. Like, it's teeny weeny. The little cardinal, his little beak and his little legs are that color. But in the next pattern, the reindeer, the whole reindeer is pecan. So use more of that in the next one. And then for the house, it called for grasshopper, which I did not have. So I subbed in this pepperoncini, which I've had. I got it when I first started cross stitching. I can't remember why, but I just love the color and it's really variegated. So I'm really liking that. And then it called for Juniper, Weeks Dye Works Juniper for the where it says Deck the Halls, but it was a little more blue-green, and I just wanted a little more, I wanted to go with this better. So I picked Victoria Motto Colonial Pine. Yeah, so those are all the flosses for Deck the Halls. So I'll probably get a couple more houses done before, or a couple more blocks before Christmas, but otherwise we'll finish for next year. I found that I am just not a quick finisher. I guess it's because of work, but I feel like I stitch kind of slow, even though I stitch every day. But I feel like I stitch kind of slow. So anyway, so those are all my whips, new starts. So now let's do plans and haul. So haul, my first round of the video, I forgot this. I wanted to show you. I got these earrings. Let's get up close. From Not Forgotten Farm on Etsy. She has some jewelry. I think they're so cool. I love how long they are. So anyway, check out Not Forgotten Farm on Etsy. They're cool for Halloween too. So anyway, that's one of my pieces of haul. And then I've got some more Halloween patterns, but they're gonna get put away for next year. So I had ordered this first one actually a while ago. Of course, Brenda Gervais, you know I love her. Hilda Boo and Sunflowers too. And I had looked at this a lot and I was like, yeah, it's cute, a witch. I'll probably have to have it, but I like it on the purple, but I didn't like love it. So I was kind of debating on whether I wanted to get it. And then I watched Java Girl Stitches and she did it on 25 count, I think like a French country mocha, but it's bigger. And I love the witch and the purple boo against the French country mocha, or it's a color like that. I might be wrong about the exact one. But it came out really big and it came out really cute. I love it. So I'm totally copying her. And then she put it on that white pumpkin from Hobby Lobby, which I have sitting on my fireplace right now. So I'm going to get this done for next year and finish it on that pumpkin. But really cute. I'm sure you all watched Java Girl Stitches already, but if you don't, go check her out because, oh my gosh, she finishes so much stuff and she finishes it all so beautifully. So she gives me a lot of inspiration. So that's one. And then Hello by Liz Matthews, Hocus Pocus. I love this movie. I love the music, especially from the movie. It says it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. And it's just real plain. And when I first saw it, I thought, I don't know. It's big and it's kind of plain. I love the saying. And then I was decorating my dining room for Halloween. And like I've said before, my kitchen and my dining room are all blue and white. So I didn't want to put purple and orange in there. So I did all black and white pretty much. I have black and white Halloween pillows and black and white Halloween sign. And then I did like painted a pumpkin blue. And so anyway, so it's basically blue, black and white for Halloween. I have a little bit of orange, very teeny bit, because orange and blue, they do go together. So I thought this would be so cool because I'll do it on like a whitey cream color and it'll go in there perfect. So we'll make that for next year. And that should stitch up, I would think, kind of quick. Liz Matthews also has a floss tube, which is really fun to watch. She's very sweet. So yeah, so check her out and you'll see that before next Halloween finished. Okay, and then the next one I've been looking for a long time Casting a Spell. It always seems to sell out before I get it, by Blackbird Designs. So you make all these little cross stitches to go in this wooden box from Hobby Lobby, and it's actually a glass lidded box that you can order, I think, on their website, or I've seen it in the store. In fact, I was going to go back today and see if I see it. They had it last time I was there, but I didn't have the pattern. So now that I have it, I'm going to see if I get the box. It is, in case you're interested, it tells you the number in the pattern, but it's SKU number 648196. And you can see on the back better that it actually is a glass lidded box. And it comes unfinished, and you just paint it black or whatever color you want. So that's another piece of haul. Not a lot this week. In fact, that really is it, I think. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting about. But I did want to show you, a viewer sent me something that was so sweet. So you know how my last video I had shown these two patterns I got in Tennessee at the cross stitch shop? Well, there's a third one, and I had asked if anybody had it or didn't want it, they could sell it to me or lend it to me or whatever, and somebody did. So I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to, but you know who you are. Thank you so much. So I received it this week. So now I have part 3, and I love it because it shows the whole thing finished, which I really hadn't seen yet. So I think the house is part 3. So I think I'm just going to start at the bottom and try to finish this part first so that I could then send it back to her without waiting, you know, till all the way next year whenever I finish it. So yeah, I think that's really cute. So this is, I don't believe you can get this anymore unless you just find it, you know, on eBay or Etsy or in a cross stitch shop somewhere. But yeah, this is Mystery Sampler Club, Very Scary. So thank you so much. And I will get to that as soon as I can and get it back to you. Okay, so sweet. I love this community. FlossTube is just amazing. So that is all my haul. Oh, no. I lied. A little bit more haul is in my plans here. So let's get to plans. So I also got, just like yesterday and today really, off of Modern Folk Art Embroidery. It's a website with all kinds of cool designs, a lot of Quakerish kind of designs. I found this one that I just love. My printer is running out of color ink, so it looks a little weird. So if you go to Modern Folk Art Embroidery, you can see the better picture of it. But it's called Home Sweet Home. And I just love, we live in a brick house, and it looks like a brick house, and I really love it. Now they did it in red floss on white, or, you know, a creamy color background. And it looked like a variegated kind of red floss. So I wanted to do a bunch of, I'm more into blue and white, so I was gonna do it in a blue floss on white or creamy color. And put it in my dining room with all my blue and white stuff. I thought I have a big wall in there, so I was gonna try to make a gallery wall of all kinds of blue and white stitches and bees. I have bumblebee stuff in there too. So that's the plan for this one. So I was thinking I'd go and look for some blue variegated floss. But as things usually work out, I already had some. So I found this I got a long time ago from Craftsy. It's Aurifil Blue Work Floss set, which I have never used. So look at that. Totally perfect. All the blues I wanted. Right shades. So I'm going to use that to stitch that, and I'm also going to use it to stitch this one I found on Etsy. And once again, my printer is running out of colored ink, so it looks like it's pink. But this is really a blue and white sampler. It's like, she calls for, hold on, DMC 797, like a royal blue. I love this sampler. Look at all the little motifs at the bottom. So I'm going to do it in a blue on a creamy white again. I'm going to use this one, I think, one of these, and stitch that up. So we got 2 blue and whites in the works. So those are my other pieces I just bought. Now for plans. So I think I showed this one before, but I finally got all the floss that I'm going to do it with, or most of it, and the fabric. So I have got this from So Flossy on Etsy. And it is called Rockets of Human Space Travel. And so when I first saw it, it was right after the Falcon SpaceX had, the Falcon had taken off. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool, but it didn't have the falcon included in it. It just ended there. That's why I keep covering it up. It just ended right here with the Challenger. And so I had emailed her and said, you know, do you think you might be updating that with the falcon? And she was like, yeah, sure. She was having some software problems, so she said, when I get it done, I'll email you or message you. So she did, and I ordered it. And I'm going to make it for my son for his birthday is the plan. We'll see how long it takes me. It might be, you know, a late birthday present. His birthday's in December. So yeah, he is an aerospace engineer in Alabama. He works on propulsion systems, so how we make all these things go, it's so cool. I just love it. My husband and I both have really been into space, space sci-fi stuff and real space stuff. We love Star Trek. We just love all that kind of stuff. So him doing that for a living is really fun to hear everything he's working on. So that's the plan, to make that for him. And I found this at that cross-stitch shop I went to in Tennessee. And I did not realize till my first take of this video that this is a Fabrics by Stephanie fabric called Neverland Sea. And I think it's so pretty. So here are some of the flosses. I think I'm missing a gray, but they're DMCs. I can hold it. So, and that blue, I know that blue is almost an exact match. That DMC, it's number 825. Look at that. But it is within the pattern, so it's not against the blue of the background, so I think it'll be okay. So if you look where it's just for the flags that are on each of the spaceships. So like right there on the Challenger. So it'll be within the white. That's a lot of white stitching though. I don't like white stitching. It just never seems to lay flat. Where are we at? We're at 26. Oh, I need to finish up. See, I talk too much. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do it there. Hopefully my white stitches will be good. That's the plan for that. And then I had showed before Heloise Cornu, 1896. Somebody on Instagram, her name is vcole41 on Instagram, asked if I wanted to do this as a stitch along. So we are going to start this January 1st. So if anybody wants to stitch along with us, you have time to order it. I got this from Kitten Stitcher, and then I'm going to do it on Marbled Bunny 40 count, which I also got from Kitten Stitcher. And then I'm using all the DMC, ooh, they're a mess, flosses. They were not a mess in my first video. Okay, so there's all the DMC flosses against it. So pretty. So we're going to start that on January 1st. And then I had ordered a couple other patterns from France from this company, which I think I showed you last time. Oh, I love that one. So I may start one of these before January 1st, just because I want to work on one. They're all very large. They're all like 300 by almost 300 or 300 by 250. So they're pretty big, but they're cool. Nothing that will be done anytime soon, but that's okay. All right, so I did my haul. I did my plans. Yep, okay, so we are good. We are down to the giveaway. So I picked a winner this morning, and it is Dawn Colbert. So Dawn, my email will be right down below, stitchingiselementary@gmail.com. Just email me your address, and I will send this and another special little treat out to you. Sorry once again that I didn't get to it till Halloween Day, but you can stitch it for next year. So that is all I have today. Congratulations to Dawn. Thank you to all my new subscribers. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to, just click the button below. If you want to be notified of my videos, you can click the bell. And oh, I know, the one other thing I want to tell you is that I'm going to separate my quilt part of my videos into a new video, trying to keep them shorter here. So I figure I will do floss tube videos, and then I will do a separate video for quilting. I've seen a lot of other floss tubers do that, and I like the idea because it will keep it shorter, the videos, hopefully. But I did have one question last time. Somebody asked me about the quilt behind me. It is by Joan Jones, Seems Like Home, this one is called. Pattern number 2772, Witch's Brew Wall Quilt. So that is the name of that pattern. And I did it a long time ago, so I don't know if it's still available. All right, so I will see you in my next quilting video, and I hope you all have a happy, happy Halloween and happy stitching. Bye.